Hello everyone, welcome to the Upfront. When a nation known to support terror gets invited to America's military celebration, it's not just a diplomatic event, it's a signal. General Asim Munir, the man reportedly behind several attacks on Indian soil, will be standing next to American generals and clapping beside Donald Trump. That says something. It says the global game is shifting and India, despite its size, despite its economy, is not holding enough cards on the table.
Whose statements and the Pahalgam terror attacks are directly linked with each other. He gets a special invitation for the US Army Day. What is the US up to?
Venom was spewed by General Asim Munir against India and Hindus. Speech just few days or weeks before what happened in Pahalgam.
Before Pahalgam happened, a speech where their now Field Marshal, then their Army Chief, explained very categorically that there is a huge difference between Hindus and Muslims. And that is exactly, you saw a manifestation of it when the terror attacks happened.
Everything can be sorted out to dialogue only. किससे बात करें? जनरल मुनीर खुलेआम बोलता है कि हिंदू मुसलमान एक साथ रह नहीं सकते.
The military leader Asim Munir has self-declared himself to be the field marshal. It happens only in a banana republic or in a wrong nation.
This is not about one parade or one handshake, it's about a pattern. The US wants Pakistan on its side, not out of love but out of a strategy. Geography matters, Afghanistan matters, China matters, and in that equation, Pakistan becomes useful. Even if it is accused of sheltering terrorists, even if Osama bin Laden was found in their backyard. So what's happening with India? While China, Pakistan and the US play their game, India is stuck reacting to Chinese tech dominance, reacting to mineral supply chains being choked, reacting to Russia warming up to Pakistan and floating ideas about including it in BRICS. When others move the boat, reacting is not a strategy, it's a weakness. There is a talk of India being the next global power. But power doesn't come from slogans, it comes from leverage, economic, technological and military. Rare earth minerals, India has them. But without the tech to mine and process them, they mean nothing. China understood that decades ago. Now it controls over 60% of the global rare earth supply. Not just in its own land, it's investing in Africa, South America, and even parts of Asia. It's building supply chains that no country can afford to ignore. America tried to challenge China with tariff. China replied by cutting off minerals. America backed down. That's what the power looks like. That's how China plays the game. And now the same China is helping Pakistan with the military tech. During Operation Sindoor, Chinese tech reportedly gave Pakistan the upper hand. Still, India called it a victory. What kind of victory is it when the same countries that fund and arm your enemy get called strategic partners? BRICS was supposed to be a counter to the West, a bloc that gave the global South a voice. Now Russia is lobbying to bring Pakistan in, and India, the founding member, is watching from the sidelines. The silence is loud, the signals are clear, influence is slipping, slowly but surely. This isn't just a foreign policy problem, it's a leadership problem, a vision problem. When the world is realigning, photo ops and tweets are not going to protect national interest. Building real alliances will, investing in tech will, calling out hypocrisy will, but that means taking risk. That means not being afraid to say no, not to Russia, not to the US, and not to domestic silence. Today, Pakistan gets praised for fighting terror, the same Pakistan that bleeds India through 1,000 cuts. The same Pakistan that hosts the mastermind of Pahalgam and Pulwama. Yet America calls it an equal partner. Equal to whom? India. That comparison should sting. This isn't just a matter of prestige, it's about consequences. This isn't just a matter of prestige, it's about consequences. The longer India stays quiet, the more the world treats it as optional. And when a country becomes optional in geopolitics, it becomes dispensable. There is still time to change course, but it won't happen by clapping at summits. It will happen by building what matters. Retake. It will happen by building what matters, trust, strength, and the capacity to say enough is enough. That's all for today. If you like the content we provide, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our updates. Please share our videos and educate others. Thank you.